Hi everybody and welcome to your October reading by sign. Let's see who's next. Oh, well, we got Mercury popping out, so maybe you have strong Mercury placements, Gemini or Virgo placements. Let's see. We have Aries. Okay, welcome Aries. Mercury also rules the Magician card. So let's see what you're up to this month. And check out your Moon and Rising if you haven't already. But we're going to use the Osho Zen deck this month. What's left of it anyway. And apologies for the late post, but I have complete faith that whoever needs to hear these messages will find it in divine timing, and that it wasn't released until now because it wasn't meant to be heard yet. So, we do have, of course, the new moon solar eclipse happening on October 14th at 27 degrees Virgo in sidereal. And then we have the full moon partial lunar eclipse happening the 28th at 11 degrees in your sign, Aries. And then we have Halloween, of course, following that on the 31st. All right, so underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Swords, consciousness, expanded consciousness. All right, there's a Zen-like stillness there, clarity, understanding, understanding. Let's check out what you're going through. Integration, so the Temperance card, Sagittarius. Creation, balance and flow of light and dark, masculine and feminine. Let's see, we have the Dream, the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy. We do have the Sun moving into Scorpio here around the 22nd in tropical astrology, and then later in November in sidereal, about halfway through. So this is that feeling of, childhood, nostalgia, romance. Let's see what else we have going on. Breakthrough, another major card for you. The Justice card. It's like breaking through a glass ceiling, shattering limitations. Then we have New Vision. Boy, this is a big month for you, Aries. Look at all these major cards. So the Hanged Man. And then we have Clinging to the Past, the Five of Cups, right under the Six of Cups. Very interesting. Because this has to do with, possibility of past lovers coming up, or things from childhood coming up. And this person is very much in their head about it, or feeling trapped by it. But there's a breakthrough here. There's a breaking out of that thought pattern, and then innocence, a return to innocence. 19, the Sun. So the sun shining through, this breakthrough coming, kind of breaking the chains of the past. I feel like sometimes, we all do. We get in our heads, reliving something and wondering how it might have played out differently if we had said or done something. Maybe feeling regret or about what we did or didn't say in a situation. But I feel like taking this moment, with this Ace of Swords underneath, this clarity, I think this time when you do reflect on a situation, could have happened a very long time ago, you're going to be given a new perspective on that that's going to allow you to break any kind of preconceived notion you had about a family member or a past event. I think it'll bring a lot more peace to your heart when you see this person or circumstance in a new light. This could be a communication too. Mercury rules communication. You could be hearing something from your parents or a sibling. They may be sharing something with you from their past that casts them in a whole new light in your eyes. But the outcome is a positive one, with the Sun being there as the final card, of course. Let's take a look at maybe an astrology card to see what else does this message from Mercury have. Okay, well, the 10th house, Capricorn flipped over. If it's not a family member, it could be an old coworker, boss, business, or just Saturn. It could be the father too. And then House 8, transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. House 8 is Scorpio, which is Sun and Scorpio there. Could it be evolving someone with that placement or just referring to the time frame? And then House 4, Cancer, home and family, being emphasized again. So could be during this Scorpio season where you get this communication, this epiphany, clarification. Or it could be a breakthrough in your relationship if you'd been estranged from a family member or a friend from a long time, and just explaining something, allowing someone to explain themselves can clear up an entire misunderstanding. We have synchronicity, the butterfly there transforming. I feel like you and this person, when you reconnect, you will have had a lot of similar experiences leading up to the reconnection, or seeing a lot of the same signs. Seasons, so we are changing seasons. We just had the equinox on September 23rd. So there's a time for birth, death, growth, rebirth, and Pluto and Scorpio oversee all that. Okay. Let's see what your ancestors have to add to this. Some of you actually may be getting messages from deceased loved ones too. That's not everyone, but this is from somebody who passed away a long time ago. Okay, there are 4 cards here. Sure, why not? We have Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. High Priestess, harness mystic power. That's the clear cognizance, the direct downloads from source. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. That's the intuition, same as the High Priestess. And the Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Okay. I mentioned the Father could be somebody that you connect with this month, either spiritually or over the phone. Okay. And your Queen of the Moon card. I hear that song Landslide in my head by Fleetwood Mac about the changing seasons of our lives. I think, your perspective obviously does change as you age. Action, here we have. That's kind of what this breakthrough card is illustrating, right? It's time to act. Like if you've been hesitating about contacting somebody, this may be the time to get your answers, or things are starting to happen as indicated by the action card. Okay. Well, an action is also a masculine principle, bringing up that masculine energy again. But the card says the time has come to take action. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens step by step. I am responsive and ready to take action. Sometimes we are afraid to move forward. This is natural. Change can be difficult, and if we have been hurt or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Maybe we think it's easier and safer to just tread some water for a while. Instead of taking joyful action toward the thing we truly desire, such as writing of a book, undertaking study, accepting a new job, or seeking a better relationship, we balk, we freeze, we do not take the steps we should. And so we remain stagnant, we don't grow. This moon phase encourages us to embrace action. Action is part of our humanity. We are not made to hide and refuse to blossom. The companion stone or metal is rhodonite, which is a lovely pink stone and is useful in healing trauma. So again, this could be what this communication is centered around, somebody's experience with that, and the opportunity to heal those relationships. Let's take a look at your magic cards for Aries. All in 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Well, balance makes me think of Libra, the season we're in. Sun, golden ray of sun brings fame and fortune. We have the sun showing up down here too. So the rays and the sun, the light is returning to a situation. Love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Okay, so this could be, again, somebody from your past, whereas a situation was stagnant. The action card is indicating things are moving forward now, just like we have the stagnancy of the Hanged Man holding you back, and now it's ready to move forward. And this is what lies on the other end, attracting love. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be familial as well. See what your alchemy card holds for you this month, Aries. Alchemy for Aries. Alchemy for Aries. Neptune, number 9. Okay. It's strange because I get a very Neptunian, nostalgic feeling. You know, this is the dream time. This is the subconscious, the spiritual. And this person is, it's called the dream. What they're envisioning, how they imagine things could have been. All right, so Neptune rules Pisces and is currently there. And then we have the references to Scorpio and Cancer. So all these water signs are speaking of deep emotions. Okay, let's see. It says divinity, mysticism, and seeking for Neptune. Neptune is the mystic's planet. Its transcendent energy projects towards the heavens. When the Neptune card appears, the seeker archetype is activated and the doorways to new dimensions open. A voice whispers from beyond the earthly plane, perhaps calling you to a pilgrimage or new spiritual practice, or you may experience a meditative bliss beyond your wildest dreams. Divinity has arrived, whether you call it nirvana, samadhi, enlightenment, or just good old serenity. Amidst your spiritual awakening, remember that ultimately the work is not about you. The work is about what's bigger than you. Stay grounded in that reality, and you're likely to avoid Neptune's pitfalls of narcissism and escapism. History shows us examples of spirituality turn madness, so keep your woo-woo tendencies in balance with a little selfless service. And it says to ponder forgiveness as medicine. So I think there is an opportunity for forgiveness as part of this emotional healing this month. Neptune, Jupiter, and Pluto are said to be gods and brothers, reigning over the heavens, the earth, and the underworld, respectively. Which brother do you identify with most? And I mentioned a father, but this could involve brothers too, siblings, with the Six of Cups. Recall the first moment you experienced Neptune's energy, perhaps a godlike encounter when you were young. There is a key to this memory. Write about it today. And it says, go deeper, pick up a spiritual text that you haven't read in a while, read it as if for the first time. All right. And I get Neptune is a very kind of veiled and intoxicated planet. It seems not everything is as it seems. It's an illusory planet. So again, maybe your perception, that's what is being changed and tuned this month. You may have gotten the wrong idea about someone or something that caused a relationship to be stuck in a certain perception. All right, I'm going to draw a rune for you now, Aries. Let's see. Oh. Tiwaz, I believe this is. The arrow makes me think of Sagittarius, though. And we started this reading with the Temperance card for Sagittarius. Arrows, to me, it's the most simple glyph to indicate direction or change of direction. Changing of the seasons, It's like we're going around the wheel. What season? Remember that in like elementary school? They would have like a chart on the wall and it'd be like, oh, this is what day of the week it is and what season it is. Anyway, I don't know why I had that image. But let's read about Tiwaz. Interesting. So Tiwaz means Tyr, and Tyr, that is the god of victory. So victorious victim, enjoying justice. And we had justice as one of our major cards for this reading. So victory for the victim. Something being brought to justice, feeling justified, validated. Some of you might be getting validation for some experience you had in the past. The sound of the rune Tiwaz or Tyr is that of the letter T, which it resembles, and its form was presumably derived from the letter in the Greek and Roman alphabets. As a god, Tiwaz is etymologically descended from Indo-European Dias or Dioas, which enveloped into the Latin divus or diva, both meaning a god, as well as the names Zeus, Jupiter, and Diana. Thorson defines Tyr as a sky god who is specifically associated with justice as decided by war and judicial combat. So again, we are coming into Libra season in sidereal. This new moon eclipse is at 27 Virgo. 3 days later, we'll be on the 17th, we'll be in Libra. And this is actually the 17th rune in the alphabet, in the runic alphabet. 17 is the star card, Aquarius, in tarot. And that could be also just the air sign, like Mercury rules Gemini. But this Ace of Swords, this air element being emphasized. And it's interesting with the sword in the traditional deck, the Ace of Swords. It has a hand coming out of a cloud holding a sword, and there's a laurel wreath on one side indicating peace. And I forget the other one, a palm frond for war or severity on the other. But yeah, victory. It made me think of like the olive wreath or the olive branch that they used to wear in the Olympic Games around their heads. So maybe that's the connection to victory that I'm feeling with the Ace of Swords. All right. He is the self-sacrificing sovereign who rules cosmic order, precise and careful. The rune Tyr is also identified with the tree of Mars, which separates earth and heaven. In a reading, this rune can indicate a legal problem, a situation in which one must fight for one's rights, in which one must seek justice. The querent needs to pay stern attention to duty and serve a higher truth through self-sacrifice if necessary. And it's interesting, we have the Hanged Man card here, number 12, which is often referred to as self-sacrifice. The rune can provide moral strength and will to succeed. Willis states that Tiwaz rune can be used to obtain a victory in any matter in which there is a competition. It indicates strength of will, determination to win, and the possibility of conflict. For Peterson, it means victory in legal, political, or physical combat or disputation, and for Thorson, justice and victory won by self-sacrifice. Oswin sees this as a rune of the spiritual warrior, governing conflict and confrontation, and stimulating the courage and energy needed to come through difficult situations. That's what the action card is. It's like you've been resisting. That's resistance, too. Contacting this person or talking to them or bringing up some kind of traumatic incident from the past involving them. It is most useful in legal matters when combined with the bind rune Raidho. According to Gunderson, it helps one to develop courage, strength, and honor, and makes one aware of one's duty. It binds woe-working forces and promotes order. Negatively, it indicates rigidity, prejudice, and loss of perspective. Tiwaz can be extremely useful in magical work in the personal and social realms. It is helpful in focusing one's energy and directing it single-mindedly to achieve a given purpose, especially when invoking self-discipline. It can be used to bolster courage and determination in difficult situations. It is a rune of victory, especially involving situations with the law. But since Tyr is a god of absolute justice, if you invoke him, be sure that you are right, for he will do justice, not necessarily see that you win. If you need mercy, you would do better to call on Thor or Forseti, who resolves conflicts. Given this understanding, inscribe the rune on legal papers. Okay. It can also be used in workings that address situations of international tension, once more assuming that you are willing to pray for the right side, not necessarily your side, to win. Interesting. The Tyr Wolfbinder can be invoked in any situation in which violence must be used to counter greater violence, especially war. It is a rune to be inscribed along with Sowilo, which is the sun, on the weapons of modern as well as ancient warriors, while Elhaz and Thorisaz are drawn on gear for protection. Interesting. Okay. And interesting times we're in, of course. But, all right. I feel that justice will be done. Whatever wrong was, committed against you in the past. This person may or may not apologize, but that's up to their soul to navigate. Let's see. Because this love charm came up, I want to see what the message is. The space between the words. I just heard like silence, you know, the power of silence. It speaks volumes, right? The spaces between the words are the vacuum, the void, the silence between them. And again, feeling like this has been maybe an ongoing grudge or silence that's gone on for a long time that will be broken with the breakthrough card there. Somebody's breaking their silence. But the spaces between the words card, it has a different meaning. So it is, when we look for guidance, we often look for words that clarify, reassure, and help us find our authentic path through the chaos. Yet there is also guidance in the space between the words, between each letter, between all the happenings in our lives. There is nothing to be said where there are no lines to be colored in, where there is just openness. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. We need to do or not do based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is far less to do than we think. Often we don't need to think. There is a space forming around you now. Sometimes when we sense this subconsciously, we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. There is a sense perhaps that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, or perhaps that we are happy to wing it and make it up as we go. Either way, there is space to just be. It is a receiver for the divine presence. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now or within you, then just know that there is a lot of divine presence to be received. It can't be explained really. It happens between the words, and yet without it, there wouldn't be any words, any guidance at all. This oracle speaks to you. Enter the space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. Be blessed. Okay, so no good would happen in this world if there wasn't bad to compare it to, and vice versa. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of our dualistic reality. And perhaps that's why the imagery of Libra is being reemphasized here too. That cosmic justice will be done. All right. Do we have some angel cards for you? Of course we do. Let's see. Any messages for Aries? And Mercury, I feel like the swiftness. These changes or messages will come in swiftly. Maybe perhaps out of nowhere. We have light. Again, we had the sun show up quite a bit here in this reading. So the light is within and around you. Awakening. Creativity. That has to do with the, I mean, this is called the art card, right? In the Crowley deck, the Temperance. So creativity is manifestation. You know, you're painting the vision of your world, of what's to come. Clarity. Yep, that's the Ace of Swords started this reading, absolutely. So, I mean, the truth hurts, but it also sets you free. And then we have contentment. So there's peace to be had here. There's resolution. Spontaneity. Again, I feel like this communication comes out of nowhere. Might be abrupt. And then openness. Be open to receive the message. No matter, you know, how much it may make you uncomfortable. Okay, Aries. This is an intense month for you. And this full moon lunar eclipse is a great time to release this stuff at the end of the month on the 28th. We have the very thin veil around that time as well. And Halloween being the thinnest, you can, you know, recruit the support, love, and help of your ancestors, your angels, your guides. There's a lot of light surrounding you. So, all right. I hope you enjoy the rest of your month. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.